Welcome back. In this video we are going to cover the combo box, and you can see one here, and it has the data source of all the different colors that are available to us. So let's say we want to use pale violet red as we have already. We can simply select that, and as you can see, our combo box has selected this color, and it even has this whole beautiful text about what this color is called like. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new project to get started, and I'm gonna call that one WPF10 C combo box, and you can call it however you like. But what we will need in here is, in example, we're going to create a stack panel first. So instead of grid, I want to use stack panel. And I'm gonna make XAML a little bigger here because the design is nice and all, but it's always good to see what you're coding. And in here, I will create something called a combo box. And that's pretty much it. There's my combo box. I can give it a name. So I'm gonna call it name is equal to combo box colors. And now that combo box needs a combo box item template, something that we have seen in the last video where we used the list box. So we have this combo box item template. In here we need to have a data template, because otherwise, as you can see, it's complaining. And now as soon as we have this data template, it's all good. And I'm gonna get rid of the additional lines that I have created here. So in here I want to have a stack panel because I want to stack everything up in there, and it should be oriented horizontally. Now the stack panel should contain a rectangle. By the way, the stack panel is going to be what's inside of our combo box, and it should contain a rectangle which I'm gonna fill with a color. So I'm gonna fill it with binding name, and it should have a width of, let's say, 32 pixels and a height of also 32 pixels. And then I want to add a margin of, let's say, 5 pixels towards all directions for that rectangle. And now there should be a text block also saying the name. So this text block should have a text called binding name. So we're gonna bind the name property, so we will need to create a name property. And also I want to add a font size of 32 to my text block. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's our whole code that we need in XAML. And now we can go ahead and run the or create the code that we will need in code behind, because what we will need is definitely this name property. So let's go into the code behind, and in here I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna simply access my combo box colors, which is our main window.combobox colors. So this one here, I call this combo box like that, call it combo box colors. And now what I will do is I will set the item source. So items source is going to be our colors.get property. And we cannot use it that way, so we'll need to send it type of colors.get properties. So we'll get all of the colors that are available in this class here, system.windows.media.colors. And in there is a method called get properties, and it will give us back all the colors. So that's pretty much it. We set the item source to this colors property. We could have, of course, used a list of elements in here of objects that we want to show in here, but having this beautiful approach here is going to be super simple. As you can see, we have just one line with so many different values that we can choose from. So we simply have this combo box, which contains all of those colors, and we can use this chocolate color, or we could use a dark slate gray, and so forth. So as you can see, you can set the item source to a pretty cool list that is internally available, or you can create your own item source. which could be, of course, some data from a database, or it could be a list that you create yourself.